Good morning, my dear children. Welcome to science class. Dear children, today we are going to discuss new topic, plant reproduction. In the previous class, we have learned pollination. What's a pollination? Pollination is the process of transfer of pollen grains anther to stigma, from anther to stigma. Today, let's discuss plant reproduction. We can see plants all around in the playground, in gardens, in your house, the roadsides. Plants and plant products meet our everyday needs. We make to grow plants in garden as well as in pots. You can see in this picture garden plants as well as potted plants. Now let's see what's plant reproduction. What's the meaning of plant reproduction? Plant reproduction is the production of new offspring in plants. Means plant reproduction is the process in which plant produce new plants, new young ones. Okay, plant reproduction is the process in which plant produce new plants. Whenever we look into the nature, we can see the birds, animals, man, plants, all the living things make young ones like themselves. This process is known as reproduction. What's reproduction? Reproduction is a process by which living things, man, animals, birds, plants, these all make young ones like themselves. This process is known as reproduction. You can see in this picture of the young ones. Next, plants reproduction mainly in three ways. Plants reproduction happens mainly in three ways. Which are the three ways? By seeds, by spores, by body parts. By seeds, plant produce new plants, and by spores means some plants do not have seeds as they do not bear flowers. Okay, in this picture you can see this leaf, they do not bear flowers. In this plant they do not bear flowers. They have tiny seed like structure called spores. You can see in this picture spores. They have tiny seed like structure called spores. Spores help these plants to reproduce. Next one is by body parts. Some plants reproduce from their body parts. For example, onion, potato, rose, ginger, carrot, garlic. These all produce new plants from their body parts. Now, in this class, we will discuss about reproduction by seeds. Okay, there are mainly three ways: by seeds, by spores, by body parts. In this class, we will discuss reproduction by seeds. How reproduction happens by seeds? Okay, a flower of a plant makes seeds. From where we are getting seeds? From a flower. And flower grow into fruits that contain seeds. In this picture you can see the cycle. First, a plant produces flower, then it becomes fruit, then from this fruit we will get seed. This seed we use for reproduction. And from this seed we are receiving new plants. A flower of a plant makes seeds. Flower grow into fruits that contain seeds. Seed is the reproductive part of a plant. From where we are getting seeds? From complete flower. Okay, and what is the meaning of complete flower? A flower that has all the 4 parts of wholes is called a complete flower. In the previous class we have learned all 4 parts of the flower. Which are the 4 parts? Petal, sepal, stamen and pistil. We have learned already. We have learned already 4 parts of the flower. Which are they? Petals, sepals, stamen and pistil. When these 4 parts includes in a flower, that flower known as a complete flower. A flower that has all these 4 parts, that flower is known as a complete flower. For example, hibiscus. You can see in this picture, hibiscus picture is there, and rose. These both flower have these all parts or 4 parts, and these flowers known as the complete flower. A flower that has all the 4 parts. Which are the 4 parts? Sepals, petals, stamen and pistil is known as a complete flower. Parts of a complete flower. We have learned already sepals, petals, stamen, carpel or pistil. Now let's discuss it in detail. Sepals. What is sepal? Sepals are green leaf. You can see in this picture there is a bud. In this bud there is green leaf. This green leaf protects a flower when it is a bud. Okay, sepals protect a flower when it is a bud. Sepals are green leaf. They protect a flower when it is a bud. Next is petals. It is a brightly colored part. You can see in this picture, petals are there. This is so beautiful, and it is a brightly colored part. It gives sweet smells also. It's a brightly colored part. And what is the function of this? Its function is it attracts insects and protects the inner reproductive organs of the flower. Okay, the function of a petal is it attracts insects and protects the inner reproductive organs of the flower. Which are the inner reproductive organs? Ovules and ovary. Ovary, stigma, these all protected by these petals. Okay. Next is stamen. What is stamen? Stamen is the male reproductive part of a flower. For reproduction we need male and female part. So stamen is the male reproductive part of a flower. It consists filament and a bilobed anther. You can see in this picture, this green color is known as filament, and this yellow color is known as anther. It contains pollen grains. Pollen grains goes to the stigma, and it goes to ovary. Next one is carpel or pistil. I have told you for reproduction we need male and female parts. So carpel is the female parts of the flower. Okay. It has stigma, style, ovary and ovules. It has stigma, style, ovary and ovules. Through this stigma, pollen grains enters. Through this stigma, pollen grains enters and it goes to the ovary. Inside of this ovary, there is ovule. This ovule produces the seeds or fruit. Next one is incomplete flower. What is incomplete flower? A flower in which any of the parts or holes are missing is called an incomplete flower. What is complete flower? Complete flower is the flower have all the four parts. Okay, in a complete flower have all the four parts, and in the incomplete flower in which any of the parts are missing, that is incomplete, that is known as the incomplete flower. For example, cucumber and date. You can see the structure of a flower. Here first one, sepal, this green color, and next petal. Petal attracts the insects. Function of the petal is to attract the insects. And next you can see stamen. Stamen have two parts, that is anther and filament. Anther containing pollen grains, and these pollen grains go to the stigma. Stamen is the male reproductive part, and carpel. Left side you can see carpel. Carpel, it has stigma, style, ovary and ovule. This is known as the female reproductive part. Okay, then this anther, pollen grains entered through this stigma into the ovary, and in the ovary there is ovule. This produces new seeds or new fruits. This is the structure of the flower. Sepal protects the flower during its bud stage. Next is pollination. What is pollination? We have already learned pollination is the process of transferring pollen grains from the stamen to the stigma of a flower. Pollen grains contains in this anther, and from this it goes to the stigma, and it produces, inside of this there is ovule. It produces new seeds. Pollination is the process of transferring pollen grains from the stamen to the stigma of a flower, that is known as pollination. Next is fertilization. The pollen grains fuse with the ovules, form seeds. This process of the pollen grains fusing the ovules is called fertilization. The pollen grains, when it reaches into the ovary, this ovule produce new seeds, that is ovule form new seeds, that is known as fertilization. When pollen grains reaches through stigma, it goes through stigma, and when it reaches to the ovary, the ovules form new seeds. Okay, that is known as fertilization. The pollen grains fuse with the ovules to form seeds. This process of the pollen grains fusing with the ovules. Pollen grains fuses with the mix up with the ovules. Okay, inside of this inside of male and female part mix up in the ovules, and they produce new seeds or fruits. This process is called fertilization. You can see in this matured flower, in this you can see ovule. Inside of ovule there is seeds. So my dear children, read this chapter once again and clear your doubts. Learn this chapter. Bye. Have a nice day. Thank you.